Crimea, a sort of dabby-shaped droplet of honey, the Russian bear snatched with its paw, dripping from the honeycomb. That is Ukraine. And frankly, why wouldn't Putin have his heart set in it? With its beautiful warm water Black Sea pebble beaches, remnants of Genoese colonial architecture like Kaffa. Side note, where the Mongol military launched Black Plague infested bodies over the city walls as a really screwed up invasion tactic. Bavarian-esque castles such as this one, Swallow's Nest, which looks right out of The Little Mermaid. Just look at it. And also a 58.3% population of ethnic Russians. I mean, in just this past century, this lovable little, essentially an island connected by several land bridges, screaming ground has changed administrative hands, accepted by the international community or not, 14 times! The Russian Empire, the Crimean People's Republic, the Tsar Soviet Socialist Republic, the Ukrainian People's Republic. Yeah, totally off book for this, guys. The first Crimean Regional Government, the second Crimean Regional Government, the Crimean Socialist Soviet Republic, the South Russian Government, the Government of South Russia, which kind of ripped off the one before it, the Bolshevik Revolutionary Committee Government. 9 switchovers of power in just the Russian Civil War alone.
Yes, I'm aware I said shivel. Feel free to roast me in the comment section below.
The Soviet Union, Ukraine, the Republic of Crimea, and the Russian Federation. Also worth mentioning, in 1954, the President, Nikita Khrushchev, I probably just butchered that pronunciation, the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Boy, transferred over control within the Soviet Union from Russia to Ukraine, which may sound like kind of a big deal, but it would basically be like if Oklahoma gave the panhandle to Texas. As Khrushchev said for reasoning, the commonality of the economy, the proximity and close economic and cultural relations between the Crimean region and the Ukrainian SSR. Yeah, proximity is probably the most important thing in there. As you can see by this top secret FBI Burt Macklin Bob Saget map called Bing Maps, Crimea is, lo and behold, not physically connected to Russia. Yeah, getting all its electricity and water from Ukraine, it was just common sense. Also, this kick-ass stamp came out, which would make a great album cover for the USSR national anthem.
Wow, that song gives me freedom bumps.
As you hopefully know, the Soviet Union is gone, leaving behind 15 to 19 independent states, and 2 years ago in 2014, on February the 22nd, Putin and security services chiefs pulled an all-nighter plotting to smuggle Russian-friendly deposed Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych, who was forced to give up office due to gigantic mobs of protesters in Kiev's Independence Square, claiming he used tactics like voter intimidation and fraud, out of the country to safety, and to make Crimea once again an integral part of Russia. Protests on the following day, the 23rd, showing support for Mother Russia, took place in Sevastopol, the largest city in Crimea, and subsequently on the 27th, Russian masked armed forces without identification marched in and conquered the peninsula with ease. Click here for a military analysis comparison. Click here for a frontline animation video. The result of this was the newly created Supreme Council of Crimea declaring itself to be an independent sovereign state, and in its short 23 hours of existence, it rather impressively changed its currency to the Russian ruble, aligned its clocks with Moscow, and took over Ukrainian state property. But at the end of the day, literally it wasn't even a full one. It all seems like a setup by Putin, and the Republic of Crimea abruptly ended requesting to be annexed into Russia, which was suspiciously quickly accepted. Let me explain. In the past, before the creation of the United Nations, for essentially whatever reason you could invade a country, and if you succeeded in making them call uncle, you would decide the terms. But with the UN's mission of global peace, it tries to turn the tables and punish the invader, driving its troops out of the country, crippling sanctions, etc., etc., which sucks for video mapping channels, but is good for, you know, the well-being of the human race. But Putin thought he found a loophole by hiding under the banner of the self-determination of peoples, and even having his crony state in the Crimean Declaration of Independence. I mean, hey, Kosovo did it, and half of you guys are chill with that. And the international community, is not buying it. Well, except for the not suspicious at all Guardians of the Galaxy, Afghanistan, Cuba, Kyrgyzstan, Nicaragua, North Korea, Russia, Syria, and Venezuela. Also Abkhazia, South Ossetia, and Transnistria, which may be a part of Georgia and Moldova, have announced their support for Russia's legitimate control of Crimea as well. And with Belarus, it's complicated. So there you have it, folks, Crimea in a nutshell. Peace!